Now, this week I'm joined by Mike Osborne, Managing Director of Phoenix Business Continuity Unit, an acknowledged leader and award-winning continuity and business continuity disaster recovery service.
Phoenix IT Group is a UK-based specialist provider. We provide infrastructure support, break-fix maintenance, application support, help desk services for business. And a big part of what we do involves around supporting IT infrastructure. And of course, as businesses developed over the last decade, email, applications that give 24/7 availability of data on any device, being able to keep those businesses up and running has been a growing part of the Phoenix business. When you look at a lot of the things that have happened, the recent floods, if you go back a decade, some of the terrorist incidents that are fortunately beyond us in recent years, there's a whole profession that has kept business in London, particularly the big financial institutions, up and running through all those crises. The reality is one of the biggest drivers right now to people looking at business continuity is satisfying customer concern. Because if you think about it, what your major clients would be interested in is if they're putting business your way and then they're embedding whatever you do into what they do,
right,
and they've got this big brand and reputation and large customer base to satisfy, if you fail, they fail. When you explain that there are business benefits to this, that you can grow an organisation on the back of having this, rather than it being yet another cost of doing business, they very quickly get it. When you then move on to the fact that it's not as expensive they thought in the first place, you've broken down another hurdle. And in terms of the top 10 threats to business, they say unplanned IT and telecom outages is number 1,
right,
cyber attack is number 2, and data breach is number 3. Well, when I think of disasters, I'd have said fire, flood, terrorism. I don't think I'd have said IT, cyber attack and data breach. So that just shows you how far technology has moved on in the potential threat to business. But you mentioned 9/11, of course, that was America's big terrorist incident, and one that really shook the foundations of business continuity and disaster recovery across the globe. The smaller you get, the bigger the actual impact of having a disaster, because you're not resilient, you haven't got a second office. So for the really small firms, it is a topic that they need to look at, but it's really quite simple. If you've got customer names, customer contact details, make sure you've got those outside of a single office. Make sure you've got a copy of them somewhere. If you've got a single telephone line coming in, work with your comms provider to see how quickly it can be diverted, even to a mobile number, if your telephone line goes down. So there's 2 tips there, that actually the most important things that small businesses need is to be contactable by a customer or to be able to contact a customer. Mike Osborne, Managing Director of Phoenix's Business Continuity Division. Phoenix is a specialist business continuity. We're 25-year-old this year in terms of delivering disaster recovery and business continuity. We're UK-wide, and we're nice people who know what we're talking about. We've talked about a lot on this session. We've created a website for SMEs, which is www.phoenix.co.uk/SME, and on there you'll find a lot of the reference material that I've referred to, a lot of general advice and white papers, and it's all there to review in your own time.